And hello everyone, welcome back to some more minor league esports action presented by APM Music. Your way. Tonight we have a spectacle, an interdivisional battle to see who goes on to the championships. We have in FL Standard, we have the Tyrants taking on the elitist of all teams in FL, the Elite themselves. I am your host, Warrat. I am joined by none other than the guy next to me, Envy. Envy, what do you think about today? Who's playing tonight, and what do you think's gonna happen?
So today we're having the piggy buggy for the Elite. We're gonna have, which is basically like their main player, right? She is going to be the person that the team's offense is built around, right? While for the Tyrants, they're kind of a mixed bag with everyone. Is that they're more team built, right? They're all for the chemistry. They take it more slow. They take in general, more team approach. So we're gonna really see if the Elite's more solo strategy kind of plays out against over the Tyrants' more team strategy.
I don't want to point out to any one player. I mean, Piggy Buggy is a top tier player for the Elite, but the supporting cast behind her, I mean, you got Colts, Koala, and Sinister. Both players really great at the craft, and Sinister coming through with a shot, and Chrono's going to send that one back the other way, but Colt is still going to pressure that ball, keeping it on the Tyrant side of the field for the time being. No Patty. Going to try and pop it up to Bakum, which gets there now on the Elite side. Can they figure out a way to score early? Colt, a double commit, but somehow it's still not in the danger zone here for the Elites. Piggy gonna put that one back to the sidewall. She gonna follow through. Bakum's there, passes it down to Sinister. We'll get some bumps out here, but Patty gonna take this one away. Both teams definitely feeling each other at the midfield and just trying to gain control. So far, both teams are capable of stopping that shot coming through.
We're also seeing some pretty good rotations where both teams are rotating pretty far back. Bakum just had a huge demo on Sinister and then we have Kronos with a goal because it all started with the demo. As soon as the demo happened, the Elite couldn't recover. Piggy then kind of goes for a double commit, and Kronos is able to just put it into the empty net.
Very, very good demo. I mean, the Tyrants, I'm pretty sure they're pretty good on demos. You don't forget about Bakum though. I mean, I've played with Bakum before, and he's been very good at like destroying your play, like disrupting it, and just demoing and bumping, getting in your way, and just letting his other two teammates, No Patty and Kronos, coming in to score, which led the Tyrants to a 1-0 early lead. Maybe it's first game streams for the Elite currently. As Kronos going to send this one back the other way, Colt's going to take it, crossing the midfield line, but doesn't get a touch there. As Patty going to pass it down to Kronos, can't connect with it, and the ball just going to get back out to the mid. We've seen a lot of team play coming from the mid as both teams trying to control possession, and the Elite got to figure out a way to get past the Tyrants, who are just kind of locking them right now. Every time they get a chance to cross that midfield line, it goes right back the other way, just like that 50 coming through back to the corner. And Bakum's going to go for it. Both players with a miss. Kronos going to get a touch, but it's out to No Patty now. He's going to let it drop out to the mid. Piggy going to take her time now. Just going to get a little bounce off the corner, drop it down to Bakum. Dangerous spot here for the Elite. Kronos goes up. Sinister. Great read on that ball. That could have been very dangerous.
We're seeing really just like both teams aren't really getting like slow playing when they're on offense, and it's almost just kind of like I said a little bit last game, a lot of ping pong. We're just seeing kind of clears one way, clears the other, not pressuring with it, and it's kind of just leaving this really slow game, waiting for a single team to just make a crucial defensive mistake.
Yeah, crucial defensive mistake indeed. I mean, both teams just trying to figure out what works and what doesn't at this point. I mean, still a lot of time left for the Elite to figure this one out. Colt's going to take it now, crossing the mid, trying to dribble around, and she gets there. Colt's Koala going to tie this game up here for the Elite with 2 minutes left.
Right there, I think that all kind of starts from Kronos, where Kronos rotates really far back instead of going for the early challenge before Colts gets the ball, and then it allows Colts to do a creative shot, go for a low shot to the right, and it was just one that Kronos just didn't expect.
Yeah, didn't expect it at all, but that went back the other way. No one else expect Bakken to do that, and Bakken's very dangerous. So we don't talk about him a whole lot, but he's very underrated. I mean, to me especially. I played with this guy a lot, and he does stuff like that in houses. I've seen him play in FL. I played against him in FL, and he's still doing things like that. You got to be careful when he's taking the ball by himself. Very dangerous for this team.
I wonder if that's going to start the elite to be a little bit more cautious on the kickoffs, knowing that Bakum is able to score from there. And it might just be just one goal might change how they do kickoffs for the rest of the series.
Yeah, I mean, just they got to strategize it more. I mean, you don't have to play it too fast. You just don't let them get touches like that, which obviously led to a goal. The Elite looking to tie this game up, and an amazing dunk by Piggy Buggy. And that's why this team revolves around her, essentially, just coming in there, making plays like that when the Elite need it the most. It's a tie ball game.
I mean, it was a perfectly timed challenge. Read the Bakum hit. Bakum waited, expecting Piggy to commit early. Didn't, and it was just being extremely patient, and it worked out.
I mean, it's space to do that to you. I mean, I don't care who you are. If she gets the dunk on you, it's 9 times out of 10 going to the back of the net. And what a shot coming through by Bakum there. Nobody going to take it, but Piggy's going to send this one back. Bakum's there with it, and it's in the danger zone. Sinister can't find anything. Bakum's going to get the one to sneak back there, and the Tyrants regain the lead.
Bakum is getting a lot of powerful touches, kind of throwing at the net a lot, and about 20 seconds before this, Sinister had to make a big save right into the crossbar to save Bakum's initial shot, and then they get all the Elite kind of get a bunch awkward in there, and gives Bakum an early Christmas present. But I mean, Bakum, amazing double touch off the wall, right out to Kronos for basically a free goal. But that double touch pass here by Bakum, insane.
Whew, that might be chalked up to play of the week on Bakum's end. What a double tap off the wall to pass it down, and the Elite found themselves in a 2-goal deficit with a minute left. And I mean, it's early game one. Want to get the nerves out of the way to fill out your opponents. I mean, it's a long series, the best of 7. You take one L, you still got plenty of game left to play. But in the meantime, the Elite trying to figure it out. Bakum, great 50, got to get past one. Can't really do it that well, but he does manage to keep it back out to the corner. Kronos gonna take it now. Can he drill it past Colt? Can't find it as that ball gets challenged back the other way. 33 seconds remaining for the Elite to find an answer. Do you think it's possible here, Envy?
I mean, it seems kind of like, if you remember what I said earlier, is that the Elite were more solo focused, while the Tyrants were more team focused. I don't think I was that wrong with how this first game has went. Every Elite play seemed to just be a solo play, and every Tyrant play seemed to be a team play. With both there being 2 assists on the Tyrants and 0 assists on the Elite side.
That's a very good take. I mean, the Tyrants have definitely shown some amazing teamwork as they come away with game 1 here in this best of 7. 3 more wins to clock in for the Tyrants as they ride on the back of assists, each player getting at least 1 assist for the Tyrants. That's a huge game changer right there. If all the players are getting involved, you can't go wrong with it.
Yeah, and so I mean, the Tyrants are 1 game closer to going to the finals. They're 1 game closer to playing against the Spartans in the grand finals, and that game, I think the Tyrants, the only thing that they could really improve on is a little bit faster defensive rotation. But offensively, Bakum was having really good high quality shots. The sick double tap pass, and the Elite are kind of bunching themselves up in the net. So I think the Elite really need to work on the kickoffs, because Bakum, again, we saw later in that game, had another really high shot, good shot after the kickoff, and they also just need to stop bunching up in the net. Once they get rid of those 2, this game would have been tied. Yeah,
I mean, if you're the Elite, you got to figure it out in net. You can't have 2 players just kind of essentially holding hands at the back of the net when Bakum took that one shot and Sinister really couldn't get to it. You got to work on that. Clean it up. I mean, it's game 1. Maybe the nerves are getting to them. But we go to game 2 in Neo Tokyo. Do you see anything different will happen here? Do you see a complete 180 for the Elite, or will the Tyrants still, continue to go into rhythm here?
I learned a lot from last series, where I called a reverse sweep, and then immediately the other team came back and won. So I'm gonna avoid doing any callouts, but the Elite, again, we're kind of grouping up together right there. Kronos just had really good pressure, along with Bakum, who had an extremely solid 50 on the wall, and Kronos was able to collect when Piggy and Sinister or Colts had a bump and double commit.
Yeah, unfortunate, double commit there, and it going into the back of the net, which, costed them. The bombs, like I said, they got to clean it up. Oh, almost a shot coming through for the Tyrants. Colt going to try and take this one around Bakum, who gets a touch, but it's not very good. Colt still has possession, but Patty going to make sure that she doesn't anymore. Piggy going to try and put it back. Oh, this could be dangerous for the Elite, still in the danger zone right now. They just got to figure out a way to get this ball out of the box, which the Tyrants have done a very good job just pressuring them and making the Elite make some mistakes out here. Ball's back finally on the Tyrants, and they might set up a play. Doesn't follow through. Nopad's going to get a demo. Great opportunity for the Tyrants to just take their time possibly. Oh, and that's a miss. Bakum going to do it himself. And just like that, the Tyrants take a 2-0 lead here in the first minute.
So it really just kind of seems... Again, like I said, where the Elite defensively are just, they bunch up, and if one person misses, the other two people are not in a position to support the team, and it's kind of just leading to the Tyrants. All they have to do is just drive upfield, and they're getting goals.
Yeah, I mean that you could say that. I mean, so far we've seen in the first game and sometime in this game where, like you said, the Tyrants, all they can do is just drive. They just gotta put the gas pedal to the floor, and they're somehow getting the goals. The Elite gotta figure it out on defense. As they're pushing this ball on offense, Sinister coming through, can't find it. It's off just a little bit. Piggy gonna take it back, can't find it either. And Colt's coming in, trying to put pressure on it. It's a pretty good challenge, but it's back out to the mid here. Don't want Kronos to see that ball. Oh, two people had to jump for Kronos' shot there. Piggy gonna get a 50 out back to the mid. Colt's gonna drop it down to Patty. He's gonna get a touch over to Bakum, who then passes it over to Kronos. Great challenge by Sinister. Piggy now going to try and take it through the air. Can she drop it in? No, Patty is there with the save. Colt's taking a shot, but Bakum just waiting in the wings for it. The Tyrants have done a very good job at playing defense rather than you see, both sides of the ball, and the Elite are trying to figure it out on one side of the defensive zone, but the Tyrants seem like they have all the answers.
We're not seeing any Elite passes. All of their touches are going straight on net, and when I say on net, I'm not saying that it's actually going straight for the net. They're missing some of these opportunities, and if they were getting higher, if they were just being a little more accurate, they would have had probably 2 goals in that sequence.
I mean, yeah, you're right. I mean, we've seen shots coming through Tyrants with 5 total shots, and you say they're just putting on net, just putting the pressure on the Elite. The Elite have 3 shots, but how much longer can this last for the Elite? You got to figure out a way to put more pressure on the ball. No Patty coming in with the demo. Piggy taking a shot, and Piggy might be the light that the Elite needed there, getting a point on the board, and we have ourselves a ball game here, Andy.
Piggy, if that ball went anywhere else that was saved, it was the perfect location with great power, and puts the Elite within 1 of the Tyrants. And granted, this isn't a must-win, but it kind of seems like at times, most of the time, the Tyrants have the momentum. When the Elite are going upfield, they don't seem to be doing much with their offensive chances.
Yeah, and maybe that's the key for it. Like in that one SpongeBob episode, when they were talking about location. Maybe the Elite gotta shoot. The Tyrants can't get to it. Sinister just doing just that, as this is now a tie ball game. We saw the Elite struggling in the beginning, but right now they might have found their footing.
Yeah, we had basically all 3 Tyrants were in the net there. They didn't really communicate, and they just kind of all went up for the same ball, all kind of missed. And even though Sinister scored on that, it's kind of still coming down to all the Elite chances are mainly solo plays. I don't think that's sustainable.
It could be. I mean, we see a lot of people solo play, and they're very dangerous at it. But gotta see some more elite team play coming through here. I mean, we've seen some passes coming from the Tyrants, and it's really helped them out a lot. Shot coming through by Kronos, can't find it for No Patty. As Colt gonna send this one back the other way. The ball's gonna bounce high up to Piggy. Piggy looking to get a touch around Bakum, does touch that, but Kronos is there. Gonna send this back out to Colt. Nobody's home for the elite to try and take that pass. Sinister just missing, gets bumped, and Piggy gonna do this herself. A minute left. Do you see an overtime coming here?
I honestly think, and I'm not trying to cast a curse, but I think we're about to see a goal. Colt's goal. Oh, Colt could have doubled it. It would have been straight into the net. Piggy's going to be controlling the ball. Throws it over to the right side. Sinister's jumping for it, but it's going to miss. And Kronos is going up the field. Has a one-on-one against Colt. And is forced into the corner.
Yeah, both teams now just fighting for it. I mean, you almost chalked up a shrine on there. You almost saw yourself a goal as soon as you called it. As 20 seconds loomed down. Oh, an opportunity might be for the Tyrants to take the lead here. But no, not yet. As the elite will say, not today. As of right now, they're going to try and figure this out on offense. 7 seconds remain. Tyrants have an opportunity. It's a pass, not really. Sinister going to get that one cleared. 2 seconds. Can the elite put this one away at a 0-second shot? Can't find it. Sinister gets blocked. We got have an overtime. This is crazy. I mean, both teams found their footing in the late game, and we could see a potential quick shot goal coming through. Sinister, Colt following that through, bounces down to Sinister, and that's the ball game. What do we got a tie? We got a tie series there, Envy.
That was almost a disaster for the elite, because the Tyrants on the kickoff won it back to Bakum, and Bakum slightly delayed the touch, and if Bakum just banged it, it was going to go straight in the net for the elite, or on the elite, but slightly waited. The elite were able to dunk them, and it gives them a free net. And I mean, it was a very close game throughout regulation, but that overtime, I mean, the kickoffs, like I said in the first game, are going to be a problem and hey, you can quote me on this, but I guarantee there's going to be at least 2 more other kickoff goals in this series for the Tyrants.
Ooh.
Every time Bakum is the cheat, where he's the second guy up, he is always beating it, and his teammate is always winning it back to him.
That's a real hot take. 2 more kickoff goals coming from Envy. Let's see if that happens later in the series. We still got plenty of Rocket League to play, but I like the elite now. They found their shot. 10 shots coming from the elite. 3 are able to find the back of the net. 5 saves coming from the Tyrants, so they blocked half of those shots. 2 shots just kind of off the side. We've seen it there. Sinister and Colt take 2 shots away, but like 10 shots compared to 7. I mean, you're gonna win 8 times out of 10 on that. But you got to find some better quality shots coming through. You can shoot the ball all day, but if they're not quality shots, then it's not going to work out for your team. I mean, you could have like 20 shots compared to your team's 10, and you could lose like 10 to 5, So we're going to find out if, the elite have found the answer to this Tyrants team, or will the Tyrants stay strong and take a series lead, kickoff underway here, and it goes over to Colt, who's going to put this one out. Bakum tries to block her, can't really get it, but this ball's out there. Piggy tries to bounce it. Colt gets a bump, and what a team play coming from the elite. Envy, you said that the elite haven't really done any team plays, but there's one there. The pass, the bump, the shot, everything was perfect.
That was, I mean, if there wasn't a really clean double tap earlier in the series, I mean, that, as a team play in Foundation League, where all 3 are involved, one passing it perfectly to the other, one going for the most opportune demo at the best time. I mean, if there was a team play of the week, that would be it.
Maybe we should start a petition for a team play of the week, just whatever, because that was beautiful. But they send all 3, the whole house coming through, get the point. But if they have to do that every time, then it's not going to be much to talk about. Just them 3, and Kronos going to try and do it himself. And as soon as I start talking, Kronos, just phenomenal player on the ball here. As No Patty's going to try and bounce it off. Kronos comes through, can't find anything for the Tyrants. Colt going to try and catch it here, plays it out to the mid. tries to get it past Kronos. He's going to get a touch over to No Patty, who isn't going to really find anything. Colt still has possession. Bakum just waiting there, putting that one back as it's still in the mid. Sinister eventually able to get that one out. Piggy gets a demo, potential opportunity coming for the Elite, but nothing's there. Already respawned. Colt just gonna dribble this up. Bakum just waiting for it. Gonna pass this down to Sinister. And right now, both teams just fighting for that midfield control.
It seems like we're definitely the Tyrants. You can 100% kind of see what their play style is. No Patty is pretty much never going on the offensive, and it's mainly just a kind of Kronos and Bakum kind of 1-2, where Kronos is kind of always doing a little bit of possession, tries to then hit it over to the backboard for a Bakum shot. It is Kronos is definitely the passer. We got Bakum as the shooter and No Patty as the defender. While the Elite, which we almost have a Bakum doomsy, and then it goes out to No Patty, who hits it over to Kronos, which puts it back in for Colt's Koala. And but yeah, the Elite are showing that really that first game was kind of a fluke, and they have been really competitive. They're bringing the ball up a lot. They're getting a lot of kind of like good touches to put the ball on the offensive side of the field. And like right there with Colt's Koala's touch is getting timely 50s that go right over to a teammate.
Yeah, I mean, when you mentioned earlier Bakum's the shooter, I definitely feel like Bakum is the shooter, but he can also play defense when you need him to. I mean, I definitely feel like he is a very overall great utility player for the Tyrants team, but the Elite still have the lead. They're looking to rack it up, but can't find anything. Colt gonna try and pat back Sinister there to read him off. Gonna bounce off the corner. Sinister has an opportunity. A shot coming through. Can't get there. The fourth defender coming in handy for the time being for the Tyrants. But Piggy still pressuring the ball. Colt's there with it. Not gonna be able to do anything with it. Two Tyrants defenders blocking it. Piggy gonna put that back out to the mid. Kronos eventually getting that ball back out to the Elite side of the field. And almost a beautiful shot coming from Kronos. Can't find anything though. Oh, and a Sinister gonna slow down the Tyrants' offensive attack for the time being. Bakum gonna just take the ball, take it with him, let everyone get their boost and recharge. But a pinch goes back the other way. An opportunity could be knocking on the door for this transition goal for the Elite, as they almost can't find it. And that was so close, but the Tyrants got themselves in a one defender situation, not going to be able to find anything coming of it. Piggy demo in now, and the Elite are definitely getting more aggressive in this series right now.
Yeah, and plus Colt's Koala with a really just clean beat to beat the Kronos, who is just the end spawning. So Colt with really, really good speed. But yeah, we're not seeing the Tyrants really do much with any offensive chances. Both teams, like, they have 2 shots for the Tyrants, 3 for the Elite, and this game has had pretty much no offense. It has been pretty slow in most aspects, but I would like to pinpoint Kronos. I feel like Kronos is jumping up for a lot of like pre-jump aerials that I feel like if Kronos wasn't going for those, he might have 6 or 7 shots this game.
I mean, yeah, we can talk about the Tyrants all day. I mean, they've been especially great, but like the Elite are up by 2, and a player, you know, that is highly underrated on the team is definitely Colt's Koala. I mean, she is a very good player, like a support player for Piggy, and don't get me wrong, those two work hand in hand. And I mean, when you don't expect it, Colt's just there with shots, you know, can play really good defense, and you gotta watch out for it though. I mean, right now the Elite have definitely figured it out. They're all working together, figuring out a way. Sinister looking for the play of the week, and here comes Colt. And like I said before, just when you think you stopped him, Colt's just there in the wings waiting for it, and that's what, you know, the Elite have drawn up all season. You know, Sinister coming through, and a teammate like Colt just waiting in the wings to capitalize, and the Elite have found themselves a 3-0 lead, 20 seconds left, looming in on a series lead.
So I mean, maybe it's a slight kind of stickers, but the first game I called that the Elite were very selfish, where everything was, you know, solo plays, and the Tyrants were team plays. And game 1, it was true. Game 2 and 3, I couldn't be more wrong. Every play seems to go out to Colt Kawano or Piggy for the Elite, and Kronos, I mean, gets one at the end just to get a little momentum. But yeah, no, the Elite, they're. I mean, everything I said that they don't do, they do now.
You kind of drawn it up from first game, but you can't judge a book by the cover. And, the Elite coming off the win here, off the back for Colts Koala with 100% shooting here, 2 for 2. And you can't ask for anything better than that. I mean, just 100% shooting, even if it's just 2 goals. I mean, that's really good. Just putting 2 goals in off 2 shots. And, they're fighting their strat. Both teams with 4 shots on the ball. But we're going to talk about that one save by the Elite. That could have been a definite game changer, if anything, if that wasn't saved. But the Elite take the series lead. They're up 2-1.
Now, when I'm looking at the Elite stats, most of their players have over a 70 defensive stat, while when you look over at the Tyrants players, it's pretty much average. So the Elite have the better defensive stats throughout the regular season, and now they're getting their offense going, and the Tyrants, who are supposed to be the offensive powerhouse in a sense, they're not able to show it. And I mean, for the fun of it, I'm going to throw out that No Patty is going to have a game here. I think No Patty is going to show up. Is going to start turning up that offensive notch. And I mean, No Patty, there's a reason that, based on stats, No Patty is the #1 defensive player on the team. But they're not able to get in the game, it seems like. Every ball, they're a little slow too. They're not getting the opportunities. They're not getting the chances. So I think we're going to see a little bit more offensive opportunity for No Patty this game.
Yeah, No Patty sitting at 6'5", the lowest salary coming in this game. I mean, maybe it has some effect to it, but we're going to find out. Piggy Buggy getting a demo. The ball's going back the other way. Patty going to catch it. Envy. This is Envy's player to look out for this game. But the Elite still pressuring Colts Koala, finishing the pass coming through there. And the Elite take a 1-0 lead. Excellent play by the Elite.
Bachem went up really early and jumped at the wrong angle. If he didn't jump at the wrong angle, he had the free save, and just jumped at the wrong angle and kind of gave up that goal. So now, I mean, No Patty has the ball, is able to kind of kick it out mid for Bachem, and it's so Bachem. The first game, I mean, he was dynamic. His shots were on there, but we haven't really seen any generation by No Patty or Bachem. It's been pretty much all Kronos. Then the ball goes over to Sinister for a goal, but yet it just seems like the pressure here by the Elite. They're capitalizing on every missed touch that the Tyrants have, and they're not giving any space to them.
Oh, well, I mean, if you want to bring stats into this, I mean, you seem like a stats kind of guy, and if you want to bring stats into this, the Tyrants, the threes guy Kronos is definitely all over the board, and he's leading this team in Sprocket rating, MVPR, 4-man 0 to 100 OPI, and No Patty's leading
another Colt goal.
I'm telling you.
I mean, is it just because I was talking up Piggy, so that Piggy has to be on the bottom of the scoreboard every game, and the other two have to be picking up? I mean, who else should I call out to that they're the best player? I mean,
no, I'm literally telling you. I've called this before the series even started. Colts Koala is going to be a huge factor in this game, and she's already proven me right. I mean, I play with her a lot. I mean, especially in in-house and stuff. It's Sinister just going to drive it in there. It's a pass, and the Elite showing up right now. And if you want to talk about stats, like I said, and the Elite are all over the place in stats. All three, Piggy, Sinister, and Colts, just leading their teams in each individual stat. So they're pretty well rounded as a team, where the Tyrants just kind of lean back on Kronos, which, so far, the Elite have been great at shutting down this team as a whole. I mean, it's 4-0. Do you think there's a possible comeback in the Tyrants?
We haven't seen an ounce of the Tyrants' offense since Game 1. And in Game 1, if I recall correctly, was only like 2 or 3 goals. So, I mean, they just have not been able to really solve, the Elite in any facet offensively. And so I don't think they're going to come back. And honestly, cast or curse, I think they get shut out this game.
I think you need to stop talking. All right, just sit down, let the game play out. Just stop cursing everybody, all right?
I was trying to get No Patty to score so I would look good in one of the two things.
Well, so far, the Elite have definitely shut down No Patty with only 30 points to his name right now. And, I mean, we're just coming out the 2 minutes, but it's 4-0. All the Elite players just have absolutely looked phenomenal. Like, first game jitters, you know, this is the last series before the championship. But No Patty might score, can't find it. And it's still 4-0 as Colt's going to take this one up. Bachum's there with the 50. And Piggy going to send this one back, taking a hard shot over to No Patty, who's then going to take it down out to the corner. Still got boost to work with, but Bachum's there, Sinister, there to meet him as a little miss comes out. Pass up to Bachum, gets past Colt. Piggy there, can't find it, and Kronos is able to find the back of the net off the most unlikeliest of touches, and it's a potential comeback.
Well, so I said shutout, and then a goal happens in about a minute after that. So, but I mean, Kronos and Bachum both double committed early on that play, and the Elite both kind of like, well, they went up offensively, expecting that the clear was going to come. Is that a sign of that they might have a little overconfidence, or is that just a one-off by the Tyrants to get a rare goal for them?
I mean, you got a whole 5 minutes. You ain't going to shut down this team completely for an entire 5 minutes. You know, Kronos is going to start doing it himself, getting opportunities made. For this Tyrants team, Bachum, they're with it. Great pass coming out by Kronos, and an amazing shot coming by Bachum. Down within 2 now, 2 minutes left to play. This Tyrants team going to make their own opportunities come if they can't find anything. And it could potentially come off the back of Kronos as the Elite back in the offensive zone now. Kronos gonna take his time, gets a touch, not very good with it as it's challenged immediately as Sinister going to let Piggy take it as Patty gonna send this back out to the corner. He gets past Colt and Sinister there, passes it up to Colt. Colt gonna try and angle it, can't get there. Bachum putting out to the mid. Piggy, very dangerous spot now for the Tyrants, and clock is looming down. You know, you got to play against this incredibly tough Elite team, but you also have to play against the clock, and it's getting closer to a comeback. Just when you think you shut out the Tyrants, they come knocking right back on the door, back within 1.
I'm glad that No Patty got credit for that goal, because No Patty, since I called him out, I mean, offensively is leaving the defensive side of the field now. In the first couple of games, it was just like a goalie, and now he's coming up the field, gets rewarded with a goal, is pressuring a lot more, which I think is honestly enabling Kronos, and it's letting Bachum, who you said is like also really well defend, is a good defensive player, is giving him that ability to just kind of be that third man.
Well, you said Patty gets himself a goal this game, and she does. All 3 players of the Tyrants have themselves a goal. Bachum trying to make a pass happen, but can't really find anything. A minute looming in. Can the Elite hold on to this game, or will the Tyrants come storming through the door? We're going to find out in the next 50 seconds as that ball's 50'd out to the sidewall. Colt's there to receive it, as that's going to bounce up high. Colt's going to take it, pass out to the mid for Sinister. No one's home, and the Elite may have shut the door and locked it on this Tyrants team.
Kronos kind of risked it with a challenge from the corner, knowing that it was their best opportunity to get a tie goal, and got a little blinded by that comeback, that 4-goal comeback. And but is it game over? I mean, you were the one that from early on said that the Tyrants could be in it. So I mean, are they out of it?
You never know. That's the great thing about Rocket League. 30 seconds left, down 2 goals, anything's possible. And the Tyrants have found themselves in similar positions before, but the Elite have been very solid. So questions are looming here in the next 15 seconds. Will the Elite get one step closer? Will they come within 1 game? 10 seconds left. The Tyrants got to start scoring quickly, and they got to do it right now. It's a double commit off, and that will do it. The Elite are within 1 game of going to the FL Championship for 3s.
Now this one shouldn't count as a caster curse, but Bachum's offense He's
my.
trying too much. He's trying to go for these crazy passes, going for like the double touch, thing again. Like, I think he needs to just go back to the roots and just get those shots on target. The elite, I mean, they didn't have a single save that game. They didn't really need to. I mean, they still were able to outscore the problems, but they didn't have a single save that game. Every shot that the Tyrants had goes in. So if Bockham is able just to start peppering that net, I honestly think that's how the Tyrants are able to call their way back into the series.
I mean, I don't know. All three players elite, 100% goal participation coming out for this squad. They found their footing, and like you said earlier, the Tyrants definitely are maybe the better team at team plays, but I just couldn't agree with you. The elite have definitely, they have their team plays, but they just couldn't activate it. I mean, now they have it. They're activating every single player on this roster to get involved. And I think what needs to happen now is the Tyrants need to, sit back, find out what's going to happen. They need to talk about it. Tyrants not taking a tactical timeout here, to figure this one out, but they're just going to play this one right through. Maybe that's going to help. Maybe they're just sitting there like, okay, 60 seconds is good enough for us. We got to figure this one out quickly, or this series is done. I mean, one loss away from being eliminated, and the Tyrants pushing pressure on this one. Good opportunity, not coming through. Piggy, good save, and it's still a 0-0 game. Pass down to Sinister, 50 out to the danger zone. Kronos doing it all at the current second, shooting, defending, making sure this team doesn't fall under it too early.
That kickoff to start the game, I only had my hands on my head for like 15 seconds because, like I said earlier, I thought Bockham was going to get a kickoff goal and then shoots it at the net, had to control. Piggy with 2 demos, and Kronos was able to get back in time to save it. Wow, but yeah, no, Bockham almost had that kickoff goal, like I said earlier, and it barely didn't go in. And then the ball goes the other way, and Piggy double demoed, and it still didn't go in.
Kronos right now just doing it all, saving, just keeping those shots out of harm's way for the time being. But you gotta get every player for this Tyrants team involved now. Everything is on the line, and where you want them, even if it's a small touch forward, as long as it's a touch to help your team, that's all that matters. That's what you need to stop this team. Colt with the bump coming through. Kronos, but it's going to send this one back the other way. Piggy just booming that ball down the field past one. This could be dangerous. Kronos there, but he puts it up high into the danger zone. Piggy's there with it, and Piggy is going to take the elite up 1, and they have the key to win this now. All you need is 1 point.
Yeah, and I mean, Piggy just kind of just goes in there with the pressure, and that was a very reminiscent goal from Game 2, where Piggy was able to stop a Bockham, clear as well. Piggy just goes in there, always rotates through the net, always trying to bump, and the pressure is just insane. Colt throwing it on net, and the Tyrants, they're almost kind of like scrambling right now.
I mean, I'd be scrambling too. You got 3 minutes to figure this one out or you're gone. Piggy just showing up why she's the top player for this elite FL team. And just like that, we could see a potential score. Can't really come anything of it. Patty just going to let that one back to the corner. Sinister there to challenge. This elite squad has an opportunity to score another one, but they can't fight it. All 3 players coming up on that one. But it's not really a dangerous... That wasn't really dangerous there for them 3 to come up like that, because the ball wasn't really dangerous for them. But
we're starting to see some double commits right now by the Tyrants. I think they're in that full "we need to score or we're out here" mentality, and I think that if they don't get this the understanding of they cannot be doubling offensively, they're not going to have a chance to get back in this.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen it. They're kind of panicking at the current moment. I mean, down by 1, 2 minutes left to play, and they're just trying to do something, just to make a touch, just to be a hero. But you can't play hero ball right now. You gotta figure out, what works. Play your Rocket League, play the game that you've been good at to get you this point, and only down by 1. It's not a whole lot, but no Patty taking it, but that was a small double commit coming out of the Tyrants. Bach, I'm going to take it, shot, and Piggy going to clear that one away, moving that down the field over top of one defender. Patty going to put that to the corner. Can he get another touch? Does. Piggy gets a demo for Sinister, who's going to put that one in the back of the net, and the Elite may have shut the door and definitely sealed it up for this one.
By you saying seal the door, do you mean shut them out?
Shut them out, maybe. I mean, we could see it potentially. You called it last game. You could see a shutout.
And then the reverse sweep.
A reverse.
The huge comeback almost happened. So I would like the series to go longer. I don't want to see this end so early. I think we're going to be robbed of some more good games if that happens.
I definitely feel like the Elite are too elite for the Tyrants to handle at this current second. Bacham gets a save. That's his 3rd save of the game. And Bacham going to try and dribble it around. But Sinister just 50 in that ball. Challenge it. Almost finds the back of that. Don't want to see that. You don't want to get all this pressure on top of you. If you're the Tyrants, you got to figure this one out in the next minute. You got 2 goals to score on a very tough Elite team now. You thought you had him in the first game, but so far it's been all Elite technically. You know, all Elite wrestling out here possibly, but anyone who watched that? No? Okay. Anyway, Kronos gonna take it. Gotta score quickly now. Colt not gonna let anything happen on that one. Gonna bounce that one out over to Sinister, who beats nobody back for the current second. For the Tyrants, Sinister gonna take it, pass out to the mid. Nobody's there for the Elite at the current second, but Colt's coming up quickly. Pass out to the center. Both Tyrants players double jumping for that one. 30 seconds remain, and I think that's a wrap here for this one. The Elite just gotta hold on now. Gotta play good Rocket League, lock up the defense, and that's pretty much game.
Yeah, no, I mean, we're having Piggy kind of stay back, make sure that there's no cheese goals. Colt kind of just being able to kind of almost carry the offense, even though only 77 points this game, and I feel like that's a disservice. I mean, for how much pressure that she was able to really put on, and only have 77 points, you know, that's pretty crazy. And I mean, so we're going on to, or that is the end of the series. The Elite dominate. That should have been 2 shutouts in a row, but I jinxed the last game, so it ruined that shutout. But I mean, so the Elite going on to the grand finals, and they didn't really get a challenge the last few games with the Tyrants.
I mean, the Elite may be the favorites going into, you know, win the whole thing for the Foundation League 3s. Definitely a very great interdivisional matchup between both these teams. You know, best of luck next season to the Tyrants. If I think they may have another season in NFL. Not sure, but to the Elite, good luck to you. Very good, very well done, and they move on to the finals. But don't go anywhere. Up next, we have a huge matchup in the Master League between the Blizzards and the Lightning. We'll see you in a few minutes.